Ready? One, two, three, go.
With us. We have another interview scheduled for Cognizant today, and Anshuman is right here with us to share his interview explain details about his placement. So let's welcome Anshuman here. Anshuman, can you please introduce yourself for us?
Hi, good evening to all of you. My name is Anshuman Kumar, and I am from Chandigarh University, currently pursuing BTech in Computer Science, and recently got placement in Cognizant as a programmer analyst.
All right. So congratulations, Anshuman, that you have been placed in Cognizant. All right. So I think we can just wait for 1 minute more so that if the audiences could please let us know if both of us are clearly audible and visible so that we can start off with the session here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just if the audience could please write a yes or just a thumbs up would do in the comment section so we can move ahead with our live. Okay. All right. I think we are set to go ahead. Yeah. All right. So again, welcoming Anshuman you to this interview session. All right. So let's begin with the first question that anybody can ask. Why Cognizant? Like, was it your dream company? Was it on your list of the companies that you wanted to get placed, and or was it just by luck?
Ma'am, actually, I just listed out the company, and Cognizant was also one of the company.
Okay.
So I just appeared for the company and get resulted and got result that I got selected in the company.
All right. So you did have Cognizant in your list, and that must have meant that you really worked hard to get placed in this company because it was already on your list. So you
Yes, ma'am.
aspired to be placed there. All right. So let's begin with the first question: Is was it an on-campus or an off-campus drive?
It was on campus, ma'am.
It was an on-campus drive, so you got all the important details, the links, and everything from the college itself.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. All right. So let's start off with your preparation journey. So how did you prepare? What first you would have sat down that okay, I'm done with the registrations. Let's now begin planning according to the schedule that Cognizant has. Right. So what were your first steps and how did you prepare?
Ma'am, actually, I just search all the details of the exam. What is the exam pattern is going on? Then after I saw there are many sections in the Cognizant asked, and I searched all over the sections, and then I found ma'am Prep Insta Prime, and from there I just read all the topics.
All right. So you did use Prep Insta Prime for your preparations.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, and did we help you in any way? Like, was it helpful for you to get, score good marks in your examinations?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
All right. So, we are glad that we could be a part of your placement journey as well and help you, in securing good scores and clearing the exams. All right. So, let's start off with the first round over here. Right. So, it's the day of your examination. And what were the rules that you had to follow? What were the sections and the number of time limit questions? What was it?
Ma'am, actually, first round was we have in first round we have different section. First round was English, and inside the English we have grammars, spelling checking, and active and passive voice. And second round was some aptitudes question, which is related to our logical reasoning question.
Mhm. Okay, so the first round completely was a
Yes, ma'am.
written examination, right? And it consisted of the English
Yeah.
section and the logical section. So you did not have any quant section, numerical
Yeah, ma'am.
section.
Quant section, numerical, reasoning, and logical.
All right. So quant you had, verbal you had, and you had logical as well. So all the basic three
Yeah.
aptitude sections. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
So do you remember any more details about all of these, as let's say the number of questions or any important topic related to logical or quants that our audience must prepare for cognizant?
Ma'am, basically, question was 90 question, and we have around 100 minutes.
Okay.
And basically, Cognizant cover all the topics. So from the logical portion, we have a 2 to 3 question. From the quant, we have a 5 to 6 question. So
Okay.
in this way, the all the questions are distributed.
All right. So do you think that there was any question which was repeated, like the topic which was repeated? Let's say you got two questions from speed and time, or was it any such scenario, or you had one question from topics and they were
No,
good?
ma'am. A question was actually 1 or 2 questions are repeated.
Okay. So you had repetitive topics as well.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the difficulty level? Like, how much would you actually need to prepare to select, like, to, clear this round?
Ma'am, difficulty level was easy to medium.
All right. So it wasn't very difficult. So I think then if I say that 15 days of preparation would have been enough to clear the aptitude test,
Yes, 15 to 20 days, ma'am.
15 to 20 days would be more than enough, right?
Yes.
So this is for all of the audiences that if you are preparing for Cognizant and if you want to get placed for the aptitude test, you can start preparing from 15 to 20 days to be in the time for revisions as well.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
So this was the only first round. And after how many days did you receive the mail that you had cleared this round?
Ma'am, I think it takes 1 day, and
Okay.
after that, I got a link that you have just selected in the first round, then you have to complete the second round.
All right. So it was just 1 day. So, like, was this your first company that you were sitting for?
No, ma'am. Actually, I have set 2 to 3 company already.
All right. So you did not have that much of pressure that you knew how the process is for the interviews and examinations. So it wasn't a lot of pressure.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So let's talk about the second round. So what was the second round about?
Ma'am, second round was coding part, and there we have given 2 question, and we have to finish between the 30 minutes.
Okay, so you had two questions for 30 minutes only. So
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
think that it would have been a little difficult for you to complete two questions?
Ma'am, actually, the first question was very easy.
Okay.
So I just remember the question was like they have given a number, and we have to just find out the sum of even places of number and odd places of number.
Okay.
And
So it was, yeah.
yeah, ma'am. So it doesn't take lots of too much time. And the second question was like it was medium question.
Okay. So you think like, so where did you prepare for the coding part? Because a lot of times coding can be little tricky for the students to pass. So like, what were your skills in coding and which language did you prefer?
Ma'am, actually, I used C++ for competitive coding.
Okay. So for both the questions you used C++ and were you allowed to change your preferences
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
two questions?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So you could have attempted the first question in C and the second in C++. That
Yes.
could
Yes.
work. All right. And like, do you think that like how much time would you need to prepare for the coding section specifically for students?
Ma'am, like coding is a very vast thing
Yeah.
like so you have to just at least you have to be ready for 2 months. Must practice at least 2 months.
Okay. So you are telling at least 60 days or 2 months is important for coding,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
right? Yeah.
Because
So,
it is a about the luck. If you got easy question, then it's okay. If you
yeah.
got a hard question, then you have to solve, and it takes
Yeah.
lots of
So this
time.
is something that you actually had a point in that, a lot of times we get students who say that, oh, it was like you told me that it is going to be easy, so I did not prepare, and now I got a difficult question. So you gave us wrong information. But again, it's luck, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Even with 2 months of practice, you might get a question that will be very easy, and with 10 days of practice, you might come across a very difficult question,
Yeah, ma'am.
right?
Right,
So
ma'am.
preparing is very important. And 2 months that comes from Anshuman audiences. It's 2 months that you have to keep in mind to prepare for the entire coding section, right? So did you choose any particular platforms, or you were confident enough with your coding section to uh, pass this?
Ma'am, actually, first I was using CodeSafe, and after that I just learned from the Prep Insta Prime.
All right. So you also use the coding section of ours, right? So this is just a very important information for the students that if you are, if you want to actually prepare for the coding section, and if you are, very like unaware of from where you want to prepare for, so we can save your time. We have the top 100 codes pages as well if you have gone through Anshuman. So you can prepare from the top 100 pages as well, because we have a lot of codes over there, top 100 codes. We have all the codes in all the 4 different languages, right? So you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
prepare from there as well. So did you prepare from there as well, Anshuman?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, at least students should have to just check out all the 100 codes which is listed on
Hmm.
the Prep Insta.
Yeah. So I think it can make your life easier,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Yeah. So let's talk about the coding section. So your coding questions, both of them were like first one was easy, second was medium,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And again, you had only 30 minutes to solve them. So again, were you very confident that yes, you have solved all of the questions correctly?
Ma'am, actually, first question, all the test case was passed, and
Hmm.
um, on the second question, it takes time, but it also passed. There was a 6 test case, but I have passed 5 test case.
All right. So you passed 5 out of 6 test cases, and I think you must have been confident that yes, you're going to get selected,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay. So done with the coding section. So after how many days did you receive the mail for the selection?
Ma'am, around 1 week it takes.
Okay, so at least 1 week, 7 days,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So did you have any thoughts whether you will be selected or not, or were you very confident?
Ma'am, actually, I was confident because first question was solved and the second was
Hmm.
also solved.
Yeah.
So I was like, I will be get selected.
Yeah. So I think that is a good thing about coding, that if your test cases are passing, that you can be confident and you can chill that yes, you are going to get selected, which is not, true with the aptitude part,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So definitely it's a thing of confidence because you have prepared well as well. So after a week, you got the mail that you have been selected,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So what after this, like what were the next steps that you had to go through?
Ma'am, actually, next step was a communication round, and we have
Okay.
to attempt the communication round.
All right. So yeah, Cognizant does take the communication assessment round as well. So a lot of audiences actually here have a lot of confusion about the like the communication round as to what it is, how many questions they give, what type of questions. So can you please take us through this entire section?
Ma'am, communication was round was like firstly you have to just given a sentence, and you have to just hear all the sentence, and after that you have given a 30 seconds to repeat all the sentences. Firstly,
Okay.
when the timer will increase, the words like becomes difficult. At the
Okay.
start, like it was very easy, but after the time increased, the word as the length of the word will be coming more.
Okay. So you have a couple